If I could start collecting comics over again, I wouldn't buy more books. I'd buy fewer. On purpose. And that's not something I understood when I first got into this hobby. When you start collecting, everything feels exciting. Every cover looks amazing. You're just amazed. Walk into the comic book shop, you're amazed. You're staring at it. Oh, I want this. Oh, I need that one. Every recommendation feels urgent, and nobody really tells you that, hey, you should slow down, or hey, you don't need everything right now. You don't need to buy everything. They just tell you what you need to buy next. So in this video, I want to talk honestly about what I do differently. If I was starting my collection today from scratch, there are some things I would do differently, and we're gonna go over that. Not from a place of regret, but from a place of experience. If you're new, this might save you time and money. If you've been collecting for a while, I think you'll recognize yourself in this. When I first started collecting, I was in what I call the everything phase. Every Wednesday felt like an event. Every recommendation felt important. Every must-read list felt like homework. I was going on people's YouTube pages like Comics Are Dope. Shout out to BJ. Just waiting for that new comic book day breakdown, listing they come out on Tuesday, listing things coming out on Wednesday, making me a list. Oh, that sounds exciting, that sounds exciting. I'm gonna check this title out, I'm gonna check this title out. And yeah, it was exciting. Everything's exciting at first, don't do me wrong, it still is exciting, but you know, dialing it back a little bit. I wasn't collecting stories, I was collecting momentum. And the thing is, that phase feels good at first. You feel plugged in, you feel like you're doing it right. But looking back, I wasn't asking myself why I was buying things, only what I was supposed to buy next. If I could start over, I wouldn't chase that feeling, because excitement without intention burns fast. That first big mistake I made was thinking more comics meant I was more invested. More books, more pulls, more events, more tie-ins, more trades, more hardcovers. Hey, I need that Omni, this Omni. I thought that's what a real collector did. Nobody sat me down and said, hey, you don't need to read everything to enjoy this. So if I could start over, the first thing I do differently is I stop trying to keep up, because keeping up is when burnout quietly starts. And then seeing some of you guys' comments in some of the recent videos, I remember the guy, I don't want to put you guys out there, but I remember the guy that told me he was buying a series he was buying every month, sorry, just because everyone was saying it was popular, but he never even read it. He just was posting each new comic book day that he was getting it just because people would comment on it or things of that nature, but he never read it. He still to this day haven't read it, and I can relate to that. I'm not saying that I've done that, but still to that nature, it probably is something like, yeah, I'm just getting just to keep getting, and I probably haven't read it in a while, but still, that's at that point, who are you putting on the charade for? Like I said in my previous video, burnout doesn't show up all at once. I'm gonna quote it. It doesn't announce itself. For me, it looked like picking up my weekly stack, flipping through it, and feeling nothing. Not excitement, not anger, just empty. That's when I realized something was wrong. If I could start over again, I pay attention to that feeling sooner, much sooner, because burnout isn't about hating comments, it's about losing connection to them, losing connection to yourself, losing connection to the things you love to read. A good story, your favorite character, keeping up with your favorite artist, your favorite writer, all of those things count. The scariest part of that is you don't notice it until it's already built up. You know, one thing for sure was there was a week when I realized all this kind of stuck out to me. I remember going to the shop, picking up my pull list, and like I always did, of course, same routine, same excitement I thought I was always supposed to feel, of course. I got home, I put that stack down, and didn't read a single book that night. Not because I was busy, not because I was tired, just I didn't feel like it. Honestly, I just really didn't feel like doing it that day. I didn't feel like reading comics. I didn't really feel like partaking. And I mean, that's okay. Those days are going to happen, of course. But that should have been my warning sign, and I ignored it then. The next week, I did the same thing, picked up another stack, told myself I'd get to it later. That's when I realized something uncomfortable. I wasn't buying comics because I was excited to read them anymore. I was buying them because it was Wednesday. Simply because it was Wednesday. It was no comic book day. That hit me harder than any bad story or disappointing issue ever could, because it made me ask a question I hadn't asked before, which was, when did this turn into a routine instead of a choice? If I could start collecting over again, this is the moment I wanted to catch earlier. Not when I started hating comics, but when I stopped engaging with them. Because burnout doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's just like unread stacks quietly piling up. If I was starting over today, there are a few things I intentionally ignore. I ignored hype cycles, FOMO, the fear of missing out, and also reading things just because everyone says I should. Not because those things are bad, but because they're loud. And when you're new, loud opinions drown out your own taste. If I could restart, though, I'd ask myself one simple question, and that is, do I actually want to read this, or do I just want to be a part of this conversation? That question changes a lot. Sometimes you'll find yourself just wanting to talk about the book that's most popular right now, but you literally have no connection to it, or you're literally not interested in reading it. And that's okay. To be honest with yourself, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Instead of chasing everything, I'll focus on one thing: connection. I follow characters that actually stick with me, creators whose work I consistently enjoy, and stories that make me want to slow down and just read. I build a smaller pull list and actually enjoy it, which I have. And because the goal isn't to own most comics, the goal isn't just to love the things that you own. That shift alone would have saved me money, stress, and a lot of second guessing. If I could go back and give myself one piece of advice, though, it'd be this. You're allowed to drop books, you're allowed to take breaks, and you're allowed to collect differently. Collect how you want to collect. There is no prize for suffering through a pull list if you don't enjoy it. Comments are supposed to add something to your life, not feel like an obligation. Another thing I'll add to that is probably having a weekly budget that you know you're going to go into New Comic Book Day with for your pulls. Definitely help a lot. And you won't get to the counter wondering, oh, am I finna spend a lot, or this, and this. You know exactly what you're going in it for, exactly how much you're going to spend. And so sometimes it's okay to cut a title or two at the counter, because yeah, those books can add up. Trust me. So if you're watching this and you're early in collecting, I hope this helps you avoid some of the mistakes I made. And if you've been collecting for a while, I hope this reminds you that it's okay to do things differently. I'm curious. I genuinely want to know, if you could start collecting comics over again today, what would you do differently? Let me know in the comments. And if this conversation resonated with you, consider subscribing. We talk comics honestly over here. I'm your boy Willie B. Peace.